Hi everyone, it's April Garwood from Banana Moon Studio. I am going to show you today how to take a skein of yarn that's wrapped like this and wind it into a center pole ball of yarn without any machinery. I have a Swift and a ball winder in my studio, and those are the things that I usually use, but if I happen to be out waiting for my girls at a dance practice or a theater rehearsal, then a lot of times I have to wind these by hand. And so I want to show you today how to do that. With a skein of yarn like this one, the two ends are tucked inside of each other at this end, so you can see this one's just, it's just twisted. But this one, the two ends are tucked inside of each other, so you undo one of them to pull out the other one, and then it just unwinds into this long circular piece of yarn. So when I'm out and about and don't have my Swift with me, I just put this around my knees. And then the skein is tied right here. Sometimes a skein of yarn is tied in 3 or 4 places, but this one's just tied in one spot. So the next job is to undo that. Sometimes you may have to cut it if it's knotted in a way that you can't get it out, but this one I can undo without cutting. And in this case, that was the two ends of my skein. They were wrapped up in there. Okay? And now, sometimes this gets really tangly, and that's why most people prefer to do this with the Swift and a ball winder. So you're going to have some patience in case it gets kind of tangly while you're working with it. Try to keep it around your knees, and if one piece starts coming up kind of like this, you want to tuck it back down. Alright, so the first thing to do is to start by making, just taking one end and making figure eights around your, I use my right hand. Maybe if you're left-handed, you'll want to do it around your left hand. So I start by wrapping it around my thumb and then around my pinky, and I'm going to make figure eights around my thumb and pinky. I'm trying to show this in a way that works. So figure eights is what you're going for here, and kind of unwound it around your knees as you go. You're going to do several figure eights around your thumb and pinky. This is going to form the very center of your ball that you're making. Alright, once you've done several of those, you're going to pinch it in the middle and pull it off, and then fold it in half, keeping that end that you started with kind of over here and out of the way. And then you start with this end wrapping around your fingers that you've grabbed it with. So I have my index and middle finger and my thumb, and I'm wrapping around those. That's to help make sure that I don't wrap it too tight. If I get it too tight in the middle, it's going to be difficult to pull my yarn out of the middle, so I don't want to do that. So I'm wrapping around my fingers to help keep it loose. Wrap several times, then take your fingers out, kind of turn it, fold it again, loosely pinch it between your fingers and wrap again. All the while I'm keeping this end over here tucked inside my pinky and my ring finger so that I don't lose track of it, because I want to keep it out, not wrap it up inside the yarn. Turn it, loosely pinch it again, wrap some more. Alright, so see how this is wanting to come off and tangle up? You want to try and keep it from doing that. Okay, take my fingers out, turn it, loosely pinch it again, wrap some more. You're going to, each time you take your fingers out, you're going to turn it just a little bit. Always keeping track of that end. And then pinch it and wrap it some more. Here, it wants to come off. Turn it. each time that I turn it, I'm trying to wrap the yarn a little bit different direction. You can see how there's yarn going different directions here, but always I'm keeping this end that I started with towards my palm, and that end held by my fingers. So now I'm going to, I had my yarn going this way, now I'm going to pinch it lightly here and start wrapping this direction. So each time that you turn it a little bit, you want to be wrapping the yarn a slightly different direction. Take my fingers out, turn so I can wrap it a different way. And you're just going to keep going until you've done it all. If you're doing a full-size skein of yarn, this ball is going to start getting really big. Eventually, when I'm doing this, I sometimes will stop pinching it with my fingers once it's gotten so big that I can't really hold it between my fingers anymore. And that's okay. Just make sure that you keep wrapping loosely. Don't start wrapping really tight, or it's going to be difficult to pull your yarn from the middle. I wanted to come off my knee. Sometimes the strands of yarn will want to tangle around each other as you're working. Keep it around your legs and just be patient and try and unwind those strands from each other. Usually you can work it out. Almost finished. There we go. Okay, so here is my center pull ball. It's not nearly as neat and tidy as the ones you get when you use a ball winder, but it works, and the yarn pulls from the center, see? So there you have it. That's how you can wind your own center pull ball of yarn by hand without any machinery with you, just in case you sometimes have to wind yarn on the go like I do. So finishing up, please remember to like this video, leave your comments about how this helped you, or why don't you share with me too your disastrous experiences of trying to wind yarn, or let me know what you'd like to see in a future video. Please subscribe to my channel, share my video with your friends. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.